Hi there. Gosh, has it really been since December since I did an update video? I guess I've really just had like nothing to update because I haven't even thought about it. Like I didn't even realize it had been that long. Anyway, so quick update. It was 2 years ago this week actually that I actually started the process of having LapBand. I didn't have my surgery until July the 19th, but next month actually marks 2 years since I've had a bowl of ice cream. It marks 2 years since I've had a candy bar. It marks 2 years since I have eaten a bag of Cheetos. There has been an immense amount of change in 2 years, and it's just awesome. It's so awesome looking back and just thinking about where I was even this time last year. So anyway, probably at about week 90 something, I'm thinking is what it is, since I had LapBand surgery. Had it in June 19th actually of 2012. I'm down, something like 110 pounds from when I started. So like my highest weight is 287. When I started the LapBand process, I was like 271, 272, and today I weighed in at 161.8. Now, if you happen to look back at my last video in December, you will see that that means I'm up 5.8 pounds. Yes, I am. Yeah. So this week last year also, or actually next week last year is when I also weighed in at my lowest weight of like all time, from like being an adult, which was 145 pounds. 149 is where I want to be. I guess I was just having maybe a good weekend that particular weekend because I did get to 145. I was only there for like a day, but I was there. I was at 145. So technically, then I've put on like 16.8 pounds in the last year. And I mean, yeah, like I probably have. I've earned it. So I've had many obsessions with food over the last few years. I had my obsession that I went through of Greek yogurt and peanut butter that I have since put behind me. I went through my obsession with protein bars and peanut butter. I have since put that behind me. I went through an obsession with cashews, like a bad obsession too, where I was sell my firstborn if I can have a cup of cashews, but I have also put that behind me. It's been about 2 months since I last put a cashew in my mouth. Which has been exceptional. I read an article, and it wasn't something that I didn't know. Like I knew it, but it said that oftentimes folks that are leading an Atkins type lifestyle, which is kind of I do it in a way. I would say that's Atkins is probably what I follow closely, though I've never done any research on it. I just anyway, it's what I just try not to do very many carbs. Like I try not to do breads and things like that. And I do pretty well with not doing that. Granted, I eat as much as I can of the other stuff, so it's offset by other things. But anyway, the cashews though, I finally put those behind me. So I've not eaten any peanut butter probably in about 6 weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, somewhere in 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm okay with it. I don't crave it, but I have replaced it with something else. I've replaced it with these Power Crunch protein bars. Ooh, these guys, they've got all different kinds. They've got they've got a peanut butter one, which tastes to me like what I remember a white chocolate Kit Kat bar tasting like. So I mean, they're not bad. They're not my favorite thing in the world, but they're not bad. But these French vanilla creams are amazing to me. They have a chocolate, they've got a cookies and cream, they've got a strawberry, they've got a lot of different kinds. As far as the nutrition facts, it's 200 calories, 13 fat, and the carbs are 8, with proteins being 14. I don't know anything about ingredients. I don't ever pay attention really to ingredients. Yes, I probably should, but I don't. I don't foresee probably paying attention to it unless someone can dumb it down, because I need it to be explained like I'm a kindergartner. But this one's pretty good. I mean, one of the girls at my second job looked at it, and she feels like she's a bit of a health conscious connoisseur, and she said that she thinks that it looks like a pretty good bar. So anyway, this is what I've been eating. My mother, she and I went on a trip to Israel a couple of weeks ago. We had an incredible time, but I brought those with me because I needed something when we were on the tour. So what we decided to do was a hike. It's a 4-day hike. I think it was like 40 miles, right? So every day it was like 8 to 12 miles that we would walk, and we just literally walked from Nazareth, Israel to Capernaum, Israel, or Capernaum. There's a couple different ways that it's said, but It was confirmed by a Franciscan friar to me that it is Capernaum, and that is how I will pronounce it going forward. So we walked. I've got some amazing pictures of my mother, like literally scaling the side of a mountain. It's descending it. It was just such an incredible experience, and none of that would have been possible had it not have been for LapBand, because LapBand gave me the rules to follow. LapBand said, here, you follow these rules. You work out this many hours a day or this many hours a week. These are the foods that you eat. These are what the foods that you don't eat. This is blah, blah, blah. And so following those rules has literally changed my life, because it used to be literally that my husband and I would plan trips around what we were going to eat. And my mother and I knew going into this thing in Israel that food was not going to be a priority, because there isn't a lot of food that I'm interested in eating that they serve in Israel. Not to say the food's not delicious. They actually have a really nice, well-rounded diet, in my opinion. My diet, however, that I follow is not well-rounded. I don't really eat a lot of fruits, don't really eat a lot of vegetables, and most of the folks that we stayed with, the pictures that we looked at, the research that we did just confirmed that there's going to be a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, not a lot of meat, and that's pretty much the way it was. So anyway, when I got back, I didn't gain any weight at all. I had actually ended up weighing exactly the same amount that I had before I'd gone there. So that was good. And we just walked, it was literally just about getting up one day. Our tour guide would show us way off in the distance where we were going to end up at the end of the day. And it was just like, okay, if you say so, we'll go ahead and walk there. And every day we ended up there. And it was just such an incredible experience. It was just to meet people that we did and to actually spend time out with nature and walking to get where we wanted to go. So it was just a wonderful experience. But my mother says that these Power Crunch bars are like a piece of cake to her, because they are so delicious. There's a sweetness to them. Oh my gosh, it's so incredible. And it only comes with 8 carbs. So I feel like that was a nice trade-off. The amount of calories, carbs, fat, everything was less than peanut butter, was less than the protein bar that I was eating, and is less than the peanut butter and Greek yogurt mixture. So those, at this point, are my go-to, unless I hear or read something really horrible about them, and then that makes me have to rethink everything again. But, for now, it's all good. So as far as my weight goes, most of the weight has been gained since September. September is when I started my second job. I've had a difficult time with exercise since having started that second job. If I'm working 4 days a week at my second job, that generally means that, one full day is 6 a.m. until after midnight, 12:45 sometimes when I would get home. There wasn't a lot of time in there for exercise on those particular days. I would exercise the other days as long as work wasn't busy, my primary job has been extremely busy since September, everything. But everything is dying down now. I'm getting back in an exercise regimen like I was before, which is about an hour a day is what I do. Sometimes I'll do more. Sometimes I'll only do 45 minutes. Some days I'll take off. Like today, I'm not exercising at all. I work my second job for the first time in a month, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go back to work now. I love it, but still, it's been really nice being off for almost a month from both of my jobs. So anyway, I'm just getting back in regimen. We also joined a gym. We joined a boxing gym in Round Rock, Texas. It's called Title Boxing. Apparently they have them all over the nation. It's going to be a really nice alternative to having to do anything inside, or treadmill or bike work, which I hate, whenever winter comes around. So, which was another reason why I feel like I probably put on more weight than I would have. Because I don't like to be on a treadmill, and I do not enjoy riding a bike. I do not enjoy indoor exercise. I find it boring as balls, and I want nothing to do with it. So I wouldn't do it. I would just, and it was a really, really cold winter here. Not like Banded Twin cold, but it was cold here, and it was too cold for me to go outside. I wasn't going to do it. So there were days that would pass when I wouldn't exercise at all, or if I would force myself, I would do the bike for 30 minutes just so I maintain something. So I do think that going forward, the gym is going to be really nice. Blake, my oldest son, actually, in the first few weeks that we were doing the gym, lost about 14 pounds. I cannot say the same for myself. I have not lost any weight as a result of the gym, but I'm okay with that because I can feel myself getting stronger. I can feel my arms getting stronger. I can feel my legs getting stronger. They do a lot of stuff that really hurts, like planks and stuff. Holy shit, planks, they kill me. Oh, they're awful. But anyway, that's my update. I'm just working on getting down. I'm going to do these, I think, just because there there's accountability in them. But for now, that's it, folks. Have a good one. Bye.